Okay. The first of all, let me tell you one thing. So I think like everyone know what is networking right now, and why do we need of networking. So everyone has their own definition of the networking, right? You guys have own definition, mine has own definition, some other guys have a own definition. Even if you go with the internet, right? Networking has a multiple books. Okay, why this pen is not working? Hold on. Yeah. So networking has a multiple books. If you just search the networking books on the Google, you will get the plenty of books, maybe the 100+ books you will get on the only for the networking. So today my agenda is not going to tell you about the networking, right? What is networking and why do we need to do the networking? Today my focus is to introduce about the Cisco. Why we have to go with the Cisco, not the so in the market, if you see right now, we have a Cisco, right? We have a Juniper too, and we have a HP, that's a Aruba, we have a Palo Alto, right? We have a Checkpoint, we have a FortiGate as well. But why people are only looking for the Cisco, not the Juniper? Why the people are always starting with the Cisco carrier? So this is the first and most important interview question that you will get in the interview. Why Cisco? Why you have choose the Cisco? What's the reason behind it? The most important reason about the Cisco is what? 80% market, right, of the world is just Cisco only. If you go to the club, if you go to the shopping mall, if you go to the hospitals, banks, anywhere if you go, you will only find the Cisco devices. The market capture, right, of the Cisco is very high as compared with the Juniper, NHP, and Palo Alto. This is the one of the first reason. Second reason is what? If I compare with the command line interface, CLI, where you're gonna do the work, right? It's very easy. It's a easy to understandable. If you compare with the Juniper, Cisco has a very easy CLI interfaces. If I talk about the Juniper, Juniper has a running config in the XML format. HP has a different format. Palo has a different format. And the third reason to go with the Cisco is what? The documents of the Cisco is easy to accessible. So if you find any like a topic search on a particular topic, for example, OSPF, EIGRP, spanning tree protocol, VLAN, DTP, VTP, anything, right? You can easily find out for the Cisco. But if you check with the Juniper, HP, and Palo Alto, they have a very less information on the internet side. So this is the reason, right, why the people are looking for the Cisco. These are the major reasons. Even if you like look for this, for example, if you're not able to understand what is MPLS or what is SD-WAN, if you just search on the Google, you will get the multiple documents and multiple videos. And this is the reason why people are looking for the Cisco only. Now, Cisco has started the company, right, as a networking company. It's a pure hardware company. It's not a software company. And the Cisco, it's not only selling the hardware, right? If I talk about the Cisco is not selling the only hardware. They are also selling the examinations as well. If I talk about the first CCNA exam was happened in the 1998. And after that, CCNP and CCIE comes, many things have changed, right? After the 1998. Protocols has changed, right? Versions have changed. So I'm not going the very deep history of the 90s time, right? I'll just introduce you what you have to do right now. So let's take example, what happened in the 2019, right? If I talk about the 2019, in the 2019, we had a CCNA security exam. We have a CCNA routing and switching exam. We have a CCNA data center exam. We have a CCNA service provider exam. We have a CCNA wireless exam. And once you pass that exam, then what happened after that? For example, there's a one guy. Okay, the guy name is take example, this is the Anil, right? So Anil is planning to take a routing and switching. So if the Anil is planning to take the routing and switching, what happened? Then after that, he has to do the CCNP routing and switching. And in the CCNP routing and switching, we had 3 papers, right? Like we had a CCNP switch. We have a CCNP route. Guys, please pay attention. This is the very important things that you have to understand according to the market perspective. If you understand this thing, right, you will understand the complete curriculum of the Cisco. And then you had a CCNP troubleshoot. So these three papers was there in 2019. So once you pass the CCN exam, then you can go with the CCNP routing and switching. In the CCNP routing and switching, we have three papers, 1, 2, and 3. And after that, if you have a plan, then you can go with the CCI. And in the CCI, we had two papers. One is called as a written. So normally this written paper, you can go on the Pearson View Center and you can give the exam. That's always like, it's a written paper. You don't need to do any labs over there. Once you pass the written exam, then what happens? You have a lab exam. So this was the curriculum of the 2019 time. Same thing happening for the CCNA security. Once you do the CCNA, for example, there is another guy. That guy name is maybe Anis. So what Anis has planning to do the CCNA security. So they will have to do the CCNP security, and then you have to go with the CCI security. After some time, what happened? Maybe the other guy, Bala, has said that, hey, you know one thing, I like to go with the CCNA service provider. They have to do the CCNP service provider, and they jump to the CCI service provider. So you can see that, we have three different peoples, right? We have Anil, we have a Bala, and we have Anish. So Anish has only knowledge about the CCNA security. They don't have a knowledge of the CCNA routing and switching. Anil has only knowledge of the routing and switching. They don't have a knowledge of the CCNA security. If I talk about the Bala has only knowledge about the service provider. They don't have a knowledge of the route switch, and they don't have a knowledge of the CCNA security. I'm not saying that's a bad. It was good. But the requirement had changed. In the older days, what happened, if you go back in the 2018, 17, 16, what happened? We have one dedicated person to do the one job. Nowadays, what happened? I'm looking for the one guy. Take example, I'm looking for the one person who can do all the job. Maybe there's a girl named is Dibya, right? So I'm looking for the girl and the guy who can do all the job. So Dibya has a knowledge of the routing and switching. Dibya had a knowledge of the security. Dibya has a knowledge of the service provider, or maybe some part of the wireless too. So if some company has a requirement, take example, there's one company that has a requirement. Hey, one thing, I have a requirement of the guy who can do all this task. So the Bala also gave the interview, the Anil also gave the interview, and the Anis also gave the interview to the XYZ company. This XYZ company is not going to hire the Bala, Anil, and Anis. This XYZ company is going to hire the Dibya. The reason is that he has a complete knowledge. He has a complete knowledge of the routing switching. He has a complete knowledge of security and service provider wireless too. So what Cisco did after that? This is the problem, right? This was a problem. So Cisco revised the complete course. Cisco has revised the complete outline. They changed the complete topics. And after changing the complete topics, what happened? Instead of having the individual CCNA security, CCNA route switch, CCNA data center, CCNA service provider, CCNA wireless, they change with the single one now. They said, okay, let's do one thing. Let's make it like this way. CCNA only. A global CCNA. Global CCNA means what? If you do this CCNA now, right, you have a knowledge of the route switch. You have some knowledge of the data center. That's a virtualization part. You have some knowledge of the security. You have some knowledge of the wireless. So now if the Dibya is planning, right, so they will plan to do this CCNA, a new CCNA track. And if this girl is going to do the new CCNA track, what happened? This girl has a complete knowledge of the route switch, security, and data center. So previously, Anis was there, Bala. They did the individual track. So nowadays, the company has a requirement. The company has a requirement. One person has a knowledge of all those things. So in 19, if I talk about 2019, 20, what happened? The company was looking for the one guy who has a knowledge of the route switch and security. Nowadays, the company is looking in the different perspective. The company is looking, okay, the guy should have a knowledge of the route switch, security, data center, even the automation too. And that's why the Cisco has revised the course. Cisco see that there is a lots of problem with the course outline. So Cisco added the multiple things. Cisco combined all the CCNA individual track, CCNA route switch, CCNA security, right? CCNA wireless. They combine all this track into the single CCNA. And now if the person is doing this CCNA, the new CCNA, they have a knowledge of the complete tracks. So once you're done with the CCNA, after that, what you can do that? Now after that, you have a plan. The plan is what? You have a plan to go with the any tracks. You can go with the CCNP security. Then you can go with the CCNP enterprise. You can call as a route and switch. Then you can go with the CCNP data. I'm not going to write all the tracks right now. I'll send you the link of that one. So now we have an individual track of this one. So if the person is doing this CCNA, they can jump to the any field based on the requirement. And now under the CCNP, because we are going to deal with the enterprise part, so let's look for the enterprise. So in the CCNP enterprise, for example, we have done with the CCNA, then you can go with the CCNP enterprise, or we can call it the route switch. Cisco had changed the name. Instead of the route switch, they call it the enterprise now. The reason is that because you are learning the technology according to the company perspective. A company is known as an enterprise. So they changed the name based on the requirement. Because you are learning the technology according to the company perspective, you have to run the company network. A company is known as enterprise. So they change the name from the route switch to the enterprise. Under the CCNP enterprise, right, we have a multiple papers. One of the major paper, right, is known as a encode. One of the major paper is known as an encode, that's called as a 350-401. It means that major means what? It's a mandatory paper. Again, I'm repeating, guys, I'm not discussing about the CCNP security and CCNP data center right now because these are the off track, right? So we have to focus on this part because if you are going to discuss on the CCNP security and the CCNP data center, it will take so much time, right? So I'll make a video on this one and I'll upload on the YouTube as well. But let's focus on this part because we have to take a training for this one right now. So this is the mandatory paper. It means that if you're planning to take a CCNP exam, you have to have this paper. After that, right? After that, what happened? You have some concentration paper. Concentration is like a what? It's up to you. If you want to enhance your skill in that particular domain, Cisco allow you to give the exam. So one of the concentration paper is known as the NRC. That paper code is a 300-410. Another paper, concentration paper is what? I'll discuss each and every one. Don't worry about that. Another concentration paper we have a ENSDWY. If I'm making a spelling mistake, I'll send you the what we call the link of this website. 300-415. Another paper we have a ENSLD. That paper is called 300-420. Same way, another we have a ENS WLD something, and the paper code is a 300-425. Then some paper is called as a advanced level of the stuff. ENWLSI. Paper code is 300-430. Enterprise automation, the most important paper, 300-435. And the Cisco has recently launched the new track for the CCNP, is known as the ANC. This is the new one. So I'll just put it over there right now. 300-440. Now, let me tell you one thing. Understood this concept, because many person right now still they did the training, right? The CCNP, they have experience in the corporate, right? Still they have a problem to understand the complete architecture right now. So take example of the two person. One person, right, is Anil, right? Another guy, his name is Dibya. Now understand. Take example, Anil has a planning to take exam of the CCNP, and Dibya has a planning to understand the CCA. So Dibya already set the plan. Okay, I have to do the CCA. Okay, Anil has a plan only to do the CCNP. In future, if I have a plan, then I will do the CCA. So understand this concept right now. So for example, if the Anil has a planning to take a CCNP exam, then what happened? First of all, he has to give the NCODE paper, right? Guys, please be on mute. So he has to give the NCODE paper, that this one I'm talking about, NCODE 35401. And then after that, he has to give the any one of the concentration exam. Either he can give this one, either he can give this one, either he can give this one, this one, this one, or this one. This is the new one, so leave it right now, this part. So any of the concentration paper you have to give it. So Anil has to take the this exam, NCODE exam, or any concentration exam. So maybe they can go with the NRC or the SD man. So take example, he has planned to the NRC now. That's the 300-410. So once the Anil has passed this paper and this paper, then completely Anil has a CCNP certification. Then Anil can say that, okay, I'm a CCNP certified guy. Now your resume can bounce it. Because now you have both the certification. Take example. If you have passed the NCODE paper, but you failed in the NRC, you will not get the CCNP certificate. You will get the certificate of the NCODE, but you are not a truly CCNP certified guide. You have to give the any one of the concentration paper. Okay, that's a one. Now, after that, if the Anil has a plan after 2 and 3 years, then he can go with the CCI. Now, let's take example, Dibya. Dibya has an aim to do the CCI. What Dibya can do right now? Dibya can take a, first of all, NCODE paper. Because right now, we don't have a theory paper like we had in the, I just explained you, right, 10 minutes back. We had a CCI written paper and CCI lab paper. We don't have a CCI written paper nowadays. You have to give the NCODE. So once the Dibya has passed the NCODE paper, now what he can do, he can directly, after doing the CCNP, now he can directly jump to the CCI track. He can go with the CCI lab exam. It means that she doesn't need to do any of the concentration paper. She only need to give the NCODE and they can go with any concentration exam. Sorry, she can go with directly CCI lab exam. She doesn't need to give the any concentration exam. So that's a major difference. See the understand right now. Let me highlight it over there. So this guy has given the 2 exam to get the CCNP certificate. Dibya has the aim of the do the CCI. So she passed the CCNP NCODE paper. And after that, what happened? She went for the CCI lab exam and she got a CCI certification. So if you have a CCI certificate, you don't need to show the CCNP certification. But if you don't have a CCI certificate, you have to show the CCNP certification. And to have a CCNP certification, you need to give the concentration exam. Guys, do you have any question till this point about the, see, uh, before we are going to jump to the any technology part, you need to understand the Cisco curriculum right now. If you have any question, feel free to ask.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is it a CCNA exam a prerequisite for CCNP?
It's a prereq. You have to go with the CCNP. So no, you're asking the prereq? No, it doesn't meet the prereq. You can directly
So
jump to the CCNP.
So you can jump right to CCNP,
Yeah, you
right?
can directly jump. So for example, take example, you are the guy, right? So I'm sorry. So take exam. 1 minute. Hold on. Hold on. So take example. So there's another guy. So I'll take your name, Boozer. So the Boozer has a planning to do the CCI, right? So what he can
No,
what he
I
can do
mean,
that.
I'm planning to do CCNP,
Okay. So
but
if you're planning to do the CCNP, so what you can
but
do.
my question is, do I have first to pass the CCNA exam?
No. You don't need to pass. You can directly jump to the CCNP. You can
Okay,
directly go
thank
to
you very
the
much.
ENCODE exam.
Yeah, thank you.
So CCNA is not a, if you go with the CCNA, that's a good one. It's not a mandatory. So if you have a budget issue, that you can go jump with the CCNP exam.
Okay, thank you very much.
Most welcome. So now, again, the question comes in the picture, right? Which exam I have to choose in the consideration, because we have lots of people. Here again, the confusion comes in the picture, right? So what I can suggest you in this one, right? If you are a fresher, right? You are new in the networking field, maybe you have a 1 years of experience, even 1 year of experience, you can go with the ENCODE, right? And you can go with the NRC. If you have a fresher or 1 years of experience. If you have a more than 1 year of experience, right? What paper you can get it? You can go with the ENCODE. And now, because you have experience, you know the things, right, very well, you can go with the SD-WAN. That's my this one, 300-415, this paper. Or even you can choose the automation, enterprise automation. If you want, you can choose. It's up to you. So for example, if you're good in the programming, right, go with the automation. If you're not good with the programming, go with the SD-WAN. So, many people are saying that right now nowadays, hey, SD-WAN comes in the picture, automation comes in the picture, now the job will be end. No. So when something comes in the picture, right, when the new technology comes in the picture, they are bringing the jobs. Can you see that what's happening right now in front of you? If you are good in the programming, go with the automation. If you're not good with the programming, go with the SD-WAN. That's a measure, advantage of doing the Cisco tracks. Now, we are done with this examination part. Now let's jump to the lab part, how you can do the lab. So I have seen that multiple messages that you guys putting in the group, right? How do you do the GNS3 installation, EVNG installation? Let me tell you first thing. Focus on understanding the technology. Understanding the technology in the sense of what? You need to understand what, why, and how the things are working. If you clear this concept right, you will be the game changer in the interview. If you know why should I use this technology, what is the use of this technology, and how to use this technology, you will be the game changer in your interview.
Recording in progress.
So the labs, if I talk about, okay, guys, please be on mute. So if I talk about the labs, right? So where you can do the labs? So first of all, I'll tell you the one thing. You can do the labs on physical. right? And virtual too. So normally the physical is not possible. Let me tell you why. Because the physical cost is very high. You cannot buy the 5 to 10 routers, okay? And you cannot put those routers in your home first of all, because you need to spend the lots of money over there. You need to invest the ACs, inverters, light, electricities, right? Maintenance. It's a very high cost physical one. What you can do, you can go with the virtual. In a virtual, you can do the lab on the Cisco packet tracer. I hope everyone heard this about Cisco packet tracer. This is the amazing,
Yes, sir.
right? If you do the lab, it's an amazing simulation. Still, I'm following the Cisco packet tracer when I get stuck in somewhere. Another one, we have a GNS3. GNS3, again, it's a good for the routing, right? Very good for the routing. But if I talk about the switching perspective, right? In switching, what happened? You may face the difficulty in the sense of some of the images are not working properly, right? Some of the technologies are not working properly. If I talk about, I remember myself, right? Private VLAN, right? I think so. This is not working properly on the GNS3, but routing, it's amazing. Another one we have, it's called as EVNG. It's good for the routing. It's good for the switching as well, right? It's good for the data center. It's good for the service provider. So if you have an EVNG, you can do all the labs, everything you can do it. Now the fourth one I have, it's called as a web IOU. Personally, you know, I feel good when I'm using the web IO because I love the web IO for the routing and switching. Because for me, the routing and switching, right, the output I'm getting on the switching on the web IO is amazing. It's very good. So I love to do the switching practical on the web IO. But even I'm not gonna recommend you to do this the switching practical on the web IO. The reason is that it's little weird and little hard to, like, create the lab over there. I'll show you how to create the lab. Don't worry about that. That's a, like, last day topic. I'll show you how to use the web IO. Like in future, if you need to install the web IO, you can install it and use it. But I'm gonna recommend you to go with the EVNG for the routing and switching and Cisco packet. These two tools must be there in your system. If you have a GNS3, that will be amazing. It means that if you have all those three things, that will be amazing. Cisco packet tracer, GNS3, and EVNG, it's amazing because on the EVNG, you can do all the labs of the routing and switching, right? Cisco packet tracer, you can analyze the packet flow. On a GNS3, you can do the sort and crypts practical. Like for example, normally in the EVNG, what happened? I need to turn on the VMware, right? And then you have to turn on the EVNG. Like it will take some time. Even in the GNS3, what happens? Sometimes some people integrate the GNS3 with the VMware, right? I don't integrate with the VMware. I locally install the GNS3 in my laptop. So for me, right, if I'm gonna do the sort and tips lab for the small topology, I'll simply open my GNS3. It will take a maximum 30 seconds for me. But EVNG will take the 60 second and 2 minutes as well. So my recommendation is what to you. If you have a more than 60 gig RAM, right? Then you can install all those three things: Cisco packet tracer, right? GNS3 and EVNG. More than. If you have a less than 60 gig, go with the Cisco packet tracer and EVNG. Because everyone doesn't have a more RAM, right? Each person has a different requirement and mindset. So I have give the both option to you guys, wherever you can use it. Now, this is all the labs. Now, how you can install this thing, right? Cisco packet tracer, GNS3, WebIO, EVNG. Don't worry about that. We'll help you. will support you at and every point. I'll be available by 24/7 for you guys. So if you need my help at any time, you can make a call. Okay, you can make a WhatsApp. You are there in the WhatsApp group, right? So
Yes, sir.
you can make a call, you can make a message me, right? You can put the message in the group. Anywhere if you're stuck, right? For example, you have an interview preparation, right? And you have some doubt in the interview preparation, you got stuck somewhere in the current environment and you are not able to resolve, you can put the query in the group. We'll help you over there as well. So if I tell you the support bias, we'll give you the 24/7 support. This help you. Now, how we can start the training now? So training, guys, I will start from the very basic scratch, like what is network, how to use the network, what is LAN, what is MAN, what is WAN. Then we can jump to the OSI and TCP/IP model. Then we can jump to the subnetting. Then we'll go to the VLAN, switching, spanning tree protocol, DHCP, right? Then we'll jump to the routing part. Routing, we have a OSPF, EAGRP, static routing, BGP. Yeah, some guys have a question, hey, can I go with the RIP protocol and can I not? I personally recommend you, right, not waste so much time on the RIP protocol, but yeah, at least you must need to know what is RIP protocol. So yeah, we are gonna discuss the RIP protocol too. The reason is that because I have personally seen the RIP protocol is running in the production network. So I'll tell you, the 2 months back, I was troubleshooting one of the ticket, right? And I saw the people are running the RIP protocol. So according to the Cisco syllabus, RIP is not a part of the syllabus, right? And they will not ask you any question from the RIP protocol. But you have no idea, right? If you're sitting in the interview, right, anybody can ask you the RIP protocol as well. For example, if I'm sitting in the interview site, right, I can ask you the RIP protocol too. So we'll spend some time on the RIP protocol too, and then OSPF, PIGRP, BGP. And after completing the traditional part, traditional means what? My route, my all the routing part, and the switching part, my all the layer 2 protocol. Then we can jump to the advanced technology. In the advanced technology, we'll discuss about what? We'll discuss about the MPLS, right? We'll discuss about the VPN part, like what is IPsec, what is DMVPN, right? Then after we can jump we'll discuss about the multicasting, like what is the use of multicasting, right? What is the use of quality of service? Like you will get to know that the use case of Netflix over here, the use case of Amazon Prime over here, right? How the things are working in the multicasting, the radio station, right? Most of the people are saying that, hey, there is a broadcasting is happening, right? From that channel, 93 point something FM, right? Or maybe the TV is broadcasting. No, they are not broadcasting. They are doing the multicasting. So you will get to know that what is the things are happening in the background. Then after that, we'll jump to the quality of service. Then we'll go to the SD-WAN solution, right? Again, these are the theory part, guys. So we'll do some lab over here as well, but mostly these are the theory parts: SD-WAN, and then SDXS, and the automation. So this will be the agenda. In the route, we'll do the static. Let you know right over here: RIP protocol, AGRP, OSPF, and BGP. And switching, we are gonna do the. So it's a very big, you can see that this is the curriculum I have. So I cannot write each and everything in the paint file. I'll just give you the overview right now. The switching, we'll discuss about all the VLANs. What is VLAN? What is switching? Spanning tree protocol, DHCP. Then we have a HSRP protocol, right? Not HSRP, you can call it the FHRP protocol. In FHRP, we have a different protocol, like a HSRP, we have a VRRP, right? And we have a GLBP protocol. Then we'll see the NATPAT, right? Then we'll see some security, how you can implement some security on the switching side, on the router side. And then we can jump to the remote access, like a telnet or SSH. And the most important, troubleshoot. So like how I'm giving the training about the troubleshoot. So normally this troubleshoot you will understand when we do these practicals. So we'll not do the individual session for the troubleshoot because it will again take so much time. We'll do all this troubleshoot technique. I will help you like how to troubleshoot the network. All this technique you will get in the routing switch, like a debugging, Wireshark capturing, how the packet is going from one router to the another router, how the packet is moving from the one interface to the another interface, right? So all these things you will understand over here. Now, apart from this training, what you will get, apart from this training, right? Already, right, Parful has already mentioned that, like, you already get the notes, right, and books, everything you already have. So I think it's already they have said the driving, right? Now, do you know the most important thing that you have to understand the training from us, right? Because as I mentioned that I'm a trainer, right? At the same time, I'm an engineer too. So normally, if you go in the market, right, most of the people have a trainer experience. So once the person has an experience of the training plus engineering, right? If the person has a trainer and at the same time network engineer, they can teach you something from the corporate level as well. So you will understand the some corporate terminology, right? How the things are working in the real life, how to troubleshoot the network in the real-time environment. So all these things you will understand in this training. Now, that's all for the done today, man. So I don't have anything. So we'll start the like a topics and everything like a theory part from the tomorrow onwards. Okay, so you already there in the CCNP group, right? The WhatsApp group. I need your mail ID. So you can put your mail ID in your WhatsApp group so that I can share you the video. So the video you will get on a daily basis. So after the class finish, what happened? We need 10 to 15 minutes to convert this video. And then that video will be available after the 1 hour on the drive. So you can watch the video from the drive, you can download it. Okay, but don't delete the video from the drive. Anyone has any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, this side from Saurabh, sir.
Yeah, I can
My
see that.
question, yes, sir. My question is, sir, can we directly give the CCNP exam routing switching?
Yeah, and so as I mentioned, that routing switching, this name had changed with the enterprise. Okay, so you can directly go with the CCNP enterprise exam. You can.
Sir. Okay. And the another thing is, sir, when you do the troubleshooting, sir, so how can you do that? Means this is a different video, yeah, same video. Suppose, sir, we have configured OSP, BGP, yeah, some switching regarding troubleshooting. So at that moment, you directly teach us troubleshooting, sir.
I will directly teach you the troubleshoot, how you can do the troubleshooting of those things.
Yes,
Okay.
because I see, sir, Profula, sir, YouTube channel. That's why I am asking, sir. He directly suppose, sir, BGP is down. Means it is ideally active state. So how we can do the troubleshooting?
That's why I'm telling you now, that will help you over there, right? How you
Yes,
can do
sir.
the real environment perspective.
I was working, sir, in Aruba, sir. Aruba switch.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Aruba switch. Aruba and wireless technology, sir.
Right.
Due
That's
to
great.
my project complete, so that's why 2 month break, sir. That's why I joined the PM network, sir. After
Okay,
complete,
that's
then I
great.
will back my job.
Great one. Okay, let me pause the
Because
recording because the recording will be takes so longer.